What's going on, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the 365 Fitness Radio Show. I'm your gracious host, Coach Chauncey, at your service, and I'm glad to have everybody tuning in. Have you ever wanted to become healthier and wiser, or just want to have more energy and time to appreciate your family and the joys of life? On this radio show, we're going to reveal tips and tricks to help you get in the best mental and physical shape in your life. Now let's get started with today's show. Alright, so today I want to touch on letting others have the glory. Letting others have the glory. There's something magical that happens to the human spirit, a sense of calm that comes over you when you cease needing all the attention directed toward yourself and instead allow others to have the glory. Our need for excessive attention is that ego-centered part of us that says, hey, look at me, I'm special. Look at me, I'm special. Or my story is better or more interesting than yours. It's that voice inside of us that may not come right out and say it, but that wants to believe that my accomplishments are slightly more important than yours. The ego is that part of us that wants to be seen, heard, and respected. Considered special, often at the expense of someone else. It's the part of us that interrupts someone else's story or impatiently waits his turn to speak so that he can bring the conversation and the attention back to himself. To varying degrees, most of us engage in this habit, much to our own detriment. When you immediately dive in and bring the conversation back towards you, you can subtly minimize the joy that that person has in sharing. And in doing so, create distance between yourself and others. Everyone loses. All right? The next time someone tells you a story or shares an accomplishment with you, notice your tendency to say something about yourself in response. All right? Although it's a difficult habit to break, it's not only enjoyable, but actually peaceful to have the quiet confidence to be able to surrender your need for attention and instead sharing the joy of someone else's glory rather than jumping right in and saying, once I did that same thing, or guess what I did today? Bite your tongue and notice what happens. Just say something simple like, that's wonderful, or please tell me more, and leave it at that. The person you are speaking to will have so much more fun, and because you are so much more present, because you are listening so carefully, they won't feel in competition with you. All right? The result will be that that person will feel more relaxed around you, making him or her more confident as well as more interesting. You too will feel more relaxed because you won't be on edge. You won't be on the edge of your seat waiting for your turn to interrupt them. All right? So obviously, there are many times when it's absolutely appropriate to exchange experiences back and forth and to share in the glory and attention rather than giving it all away. I'm referring here to the compulsive need to grab it from others. Ironically, when you surrender your need to hog the glory or hog the mic, the attention you used to need from other people is replaced by a quiet inner confidence that is derived from letting others have it. So I say all that to say that you know, I mean, let people have the shine. I mean, at the end of the day, I can recall several occasions. It's more prevalent now than it was when I was a lot younger. I actually view it as a sign of immaturity when people always want to try to outshine one another or try to outdo the next person, one up you per se. That's what we used to say. We say one up. You tell somebody how good your day went, they want to interrupt you and make you feel that their day was more important than your day. Like I said, a lot of times it's a lot of that going on nowadays. But sometimes you gotta let people have the glory. I mean, stop trying to hog the mic or stop trying to, try to outshine people, or somebody tell you they went to the store and they bought this, that, and the third for their family. Let them have that. Oh, okay, good job, good job, good job. You don't have to come right back and say, oh, that's fine. I bought my family this too. Or I did this for my family over here, or I'm taking my family here. A lot of that is signs of immaturity. You know what I mean? So now, like I say, everything that I give you guys, I'm, I'm living through it as we speak. And I don't think I've ever was one to, try to interrupt people or one up them per se. I kind of been on that path to let people have the glory. But like I said, start, loosen the grip up a little bit. Somebody taking their time to share something with you, let them have it. Don't feel that you always got to outdo them. Just try it. It's going to take a minute though, because you do, everybody wants somebody to listen to them, and a lot of times people want that glory. All right, so slow down when you're having conversations with people. Stay in the moment, stay present, and like I said, let them have the glory. Like what you hear so far? Make sure you never miss a show by clicking the subscribe button now. This radio show is made possible by listeners like you. Thank you for your support. Now back to the show. Do you have dreams that you haven't achieved yet? All right. Again, do you have dreams that you haven't achieved yet? Do you have a list of accomplishments to be checked off of your to-do list? And you picture your dream self, a version of you that you would be proud of. It's pretty easy for most of us to notice and fixate on our flaws. You can probably rattle off a dozen things that you would like to change about yourself. All right. But, what about your aspirations? How clearly can you see these? All right. And what about the daily behaviors needed to achieve your aspirations? All right. So just understand that humans are wired to be dreamers. We crave growth and desire to evolve. However, it's easier said than done for a couple of very simple reasons. Number one is that you're not clear enough on your desired outcome. And number two, you don't install the necessary habits to reach your desired outcome. So, without these two steps, our aspirations are simply hopeful ideas that float around in our heads, occasionally popping up in the front of our minds without giving us any way of achieving them. All right. Let's talk about desired outcome. What exactly is that you want to achieve? Being healthier or looking more fit? Or just getting general to be impactful targets. Your brain needs to have a very clear picture of your exact desired outcome so it can determine the necessary habits needed to achieve it. All right. So let's talk about being healthier by going on a walk every day or every night after dinner. All right. Or if you want to look more fit, by eliminating refined sugars from your diet. All right. or you just pretty much want to beef up your outer appearance, you can do this by simply doing 50 push-ups every morning. Modified version or the regular version. All right. Either way, necessary habits. It's natural to think about the ultimate outcome that we want rather than focusing on the necessary habits that could get us there. But when you stop to think about how achieving outcomes work, it is all about the daily grind of necessary habits that's going to get you there. So let's say that, there's a Starbucks, a mile down the road from your house, and you want to stop past there for lunch. You can imagine yourself sitting there enjoying, their famous, maybe their famous soup or a fresh salad or maybe a favorite cup of coffee. Either way, this Starbucks is where you want to be. But you're still sitting at your house with a full mile of sidewalk standing between you and your desired outcome. Do you stay home and daydream about that great lunch at Starbucks? Or do you walk there and go get it? To go get the Starbucks that you want, you simply have to start walking in the right direction. One simple step after another. Taking repeated steps is a necessary habit to reach that desired outcome of you sitting in that Starbucks, enjoying your wonderful lunch. All right? This goes for anything that you want to achieve. You got to find the necessary habits that's going to move you in the right direction, day after day, and you will achieve your desired outcome. So again, a quick recap. Like I said, the desired outcome is what exactly is it that you want to achieve. You want to be healthier, if you want to look more fit, if you want to get more buffed or get more toned, whatever you want to do, your brain still needs to have a very clear picture of your exact desired outcome so it can determine the necessary habits needed to achieve. I've given you the strategies and tactics here to get you in the best mental and physical shape of your life. Now it's time for you to pull the trigger and implement. Let me know what you thought of today's show, where I'm showing you how to and what to do stuff. I can't wait to hear about your success. Talk to you soon, my friend. See you next week.